Blog Talk Radio.
This is the Shanice Lewis Show, the #1 podcast for plus-size women. With your host, the queen of curvy conversation, Shanice Lewis.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Shanice Lewis. Today is Monday, October 30th, 2023. Make sure you're following this show's social media pages on Facebook at The Shanice Lewis Show and on Instagram and Twitter at Shanice Show. And make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast provider and never miss a show. Today we have a very special guest. Tawana Blassingame is the founder and executive producer of the Full Figured Industry Awards and the CEO and founder of Queen Size Magazine. In 2011, Tawana started Queen Size Magazine, an award-winning monthly national full-figured fashion and lifestyle publication for both men and women. Under her parent company, Cohesive Minds, Inc., Queen Size Magazine has enjoyed over a decade of continued success. While diligently handling her career in healthcare and simultaneously operating her very own magazine company, Tawana embarked on a new journey in 2019. She produced her very first award ceremony called the Full Figured Industry Awards, also known as the FFIAs. The FFIAs is a prestigious ceremony of awards and of distinguished recognition honoring the craftsmanship and commitment to excellence across various platforms spanning the full-figured industry. From models, makeup artists, and designers to bloggers, photographers, entertainers, influencers, and productions, Tawana and the FFIAs team continues to work relentlessly to ensure that the industry is celebrated for their work and dedication to the full-figured fashion industry. The Full Figured Industry Awards is happening November 4th, this Saturday at the Jamaica Performing Arts Center, and we are so excited to welcome Tawana to the show. Hi.
Hi. Thank you for having me, Shanice.
Well, thank you for being on the show. I know this is a very, very busy week for you. How are you holding up?
I'm doing okay. I can't complain. I make sure I work and rest in between all the million things that I have to do on a daily basis. But, I'm okay. I'm doing good.
And you are putting out a new issue of Queen Size Magazine this week on top of producing an award show. Now, you got a lot going on this week. It's a big, big week for you.
I know. Part of me said, Tawana, why not just drop another issue next month? But, we have our followers, and they want a magazine on the first of every month. So I have to give them a magazine on the first of every month. So I'm ready.
Yes, well, and consistency is a part of your success.
Yes. Consistency is so important to me.
Tell us about Queen Size Magazine for those listening who might not be familiar.
Of course. So Queen Size Magazine, I started it in 2011. It started out as a lifestyle publication for plus-size women, and then we grew over time. We introduced fashion into the magazine, and then we introduced Big and Tall into the magazine. So now we are a fashion and lifestyle publication for the full-figure industry, Big and Tall and Plus as well. We drop an issue every month, the first of every month, faithfully. If people want to submit to be in the magazine, they are more than welcome to. We take submissions all day long. We just pride ourselves in just being a voice for the community.
Now tell me, how do you specifically submit to be on the cover? Because I know a lot of listeners want to be cover girls.
I know everybody always want to go for the cover, and I'm not mad at them, but if you want to submit to be on the cover or on any page, for that matter, all of our submission guidelines are on our website, easy to follow. Just go to queensizemagazine.com, click the submission tab, and it'll tell you exactly what it is that you need to submit from A to Z. Just follow the guidelines.
And so publishing a monthly magazine is hard work, but you decided to add even more to your plate by starting the Full Figured Industry Awards. Now, how did this concept come about?
So for the award show, I watch mainstream award shows, and I noticed that the full figure industry is not celebrated in any of these award shows. We don't fit in anywhere. And then furthermore, looking at the red carpet, it's like, I didn't see enough of me on that red carpet. So I decided that I was going to create an opportunity for us to honor the pioneers in the industry, the up and coming in the industry, and just really have our own award ceremony. So that was the concept behind that. And I didn't know the first thing about putting together an award show, so I had to call in some professionals who are producers in the industry, and they really helped me out. So shout out to, I'm not going to start naming names, but they all know I love them.
Well, now this is your 4th year of putting this production together. What can we look forward to this year that is different from previous years?
So this year, what is different is this year we actually have an on-site chef, which is amazing. I was, every year I want to elevate. I want to do something bigger than I did the year before. And that's with anything that I do. Elevation is important. So, I reached out to a chef that I know who then introduced me to someone else. And we have an on-site chef this year.
Now, he's for the VIPs only, though, right?
Yes. So let me be specific with the VIPs, because people get offended when I say VIPs only, because they feel like, well, why am I not a VIP? So the VIP reception, the red carpet reception, is specifically for the honorees and the nominees and the presenters and our sponsors. That hour is specifically for them. So that's what we refer to as the VIPs. That doesn't mean that if you were not invited, you are not a very important person, because you are. But just for that particular hour, the space is limited, so we just narrowed it down to just those particular people for that hour.
So some people's egos were so big they got offended.
Honey, people, yeah. It happened.
So I know the tickets are sold out. So if you're listening and this is your first time hearing about it, it's too late. You can't go this year. But what are other ways you can still get involved, if any? Because I know it's a few days away.
It is, we're always looking for volunteers. So if anybody wants to come in and volunteer, the last minute, you are more than welcome to. Just shoot us an email, thefires.com, or just reach out to us on social media. I can connect you with our volunteer director and make that happen. Or if anybody want to make donations, we always taking donations as well. It's bills to pay.
Yeah. But a donation would be different from a sponsorship. It's too late to be a sponsor, though.
Absolutely. The donations, I'll try to work something in with people, but it is a few days from the event. I cannot give you what I would, normally give a regular sponsor, where we have plenty of time to work in marketing and all that good stuff, activations. But, if you want to donate, we will gladly accept your donations and talk about, how you can partner with us in the future.
So tell me about the categories this year for the award ceremony, because each year they kind of switch up a little bit, right?
A little bit. So when we first started in 2019, we had a lot of categories, right? And so we had to kind of streamline that, because, we didn't want the show to be extra long. People have very short attention spans. I know, because I am one of those people. So nobody wants to sit through an 8-hour show. So we had to streamline it, which also became very difficult, because then people felt like, they were being left out. So it's every year we try to look at, maybe what can we change that we did last year. And I think we kind of covered almost everybody. I know there are still some people who feel like they don't fit into any of these categories. But, I'm open to having that conversation with people and streamlining more to see if I can fit people in. But, you can't please everybody.
No.
So we do the best that we can.
So how long is this show scheduled to last, tentatively?
Tentatively, I would say maybe 3.5 hours, which goes by extremely fast. Last year it was 3.5, and people were like,
and so this was after you. This was after you streamlined it, so it used to be longer.
Yes, it was longer. We had the first year we had about 20-something categories.
Wow.
Yeah.
So y'all were there all day and all night.
Yeah, it was a lot. I felt like it was a lot, and so we had to streamline. And the model categories, just to be respectful on how people identified as well, we removed the male and female categories. So it's, plus model and big and tall model. Got
it. And so I am honored to be one of the honorees this year. I'll be there. I told you before the show started, I've been starting to get ready on my travels to New York. But I know people want to know, how are the honorees selected?
So the honorees, we do have a committee that are industry professionals who, know more people than I know, okay? Because I think I know a lot of people, but there are some people that I just do not know. And we kind of look at the category itself and see who would best fit in. Now, we have a long list going up to about 5 years of people that we want to honor. And some people, like you were on the list for a couple of years. So it's just a matter of when. But, we'll try to honor as many people as we possibly can.
So do you watch people that are potential honorees, and if they do something amazing, they move up on the list, or is it like stays in the order of the list always?
It kind of stays in the order of the list unless somebody says, we find out that somebody is maybe retiring soon. So maybe we will move them up on the list, or if, they have something big that's about to happen that, we can kind of, let's move them up because this will be grand to fit into, this announcement that they have coming up or that they already released. But for the most part, everybody has pretty much stuck to the years that they were supposed to be honored. We haven't moved anybody anywhere yet.
All right. Well, that's exciting. So let's talk about your sponsors, because when you're having a production of this magnitude, sponsors are very important. So let's shout out some of the people that are not only supporting you, but in supporting the whole plus-size community.
Oh, for sure. So some of our sponsors that we have, Lane Bryant came back on as a sponsor this year, so we are appreciative of them. Sydney's Closet is one of our major sponsors as well, Plus Model Magazine. We have some other brands, Faith and Fashion, the Plus Buzz, National Courage Day. There are quite a few. We have quite a few sponsors. And not every sponsor comes out and gives, monetary. Some of them are, giving of services, or some of them are giving products. Each one just as important as the one before. But there are quite a few sponsors that, I would love to thank, and I will absolutely thank them at the show. We thank them on our social media as well. So, yeah, we have quite a few.
Well, that's exciting. It's always exciting when brands support the community.
Yeah.
That's very important to us. Now, I mentioned earlier that this is a sold-out event. So are you considering getting a bigger venue next year?
No. I have not gotten to the point. No, you are probably about the fifth person that asked me that. I'm not at the point where I want to get a bigger venue yet. I think that we still have, I would say, when we start selling out within weeks, then we can probably look at getting a bigger venue.
Got it.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I like the sold out aspect of it, because then people will not sit on their hands next year to get their tickets.
Right, and next year is going to be like the anniversary.
Yes, 5 years. 5 years. I cannot believe 5 years already.
So how can we support your event for 2024? I know this is a premature question, but after this weekend, I assume you're going to take a break and then go straight into 2024.
We typically take off December. And then January, we are right back at it again. So if people want to support the event, I do suggest that they reach out to us as soon as possible to talk about how they can partner with the event. Because it is the year 5 is going to be amazing. I have some things up my sleeve for year 5. This year we have L Bias is performing this year, which is amazing. And next year, I talked about elevation. So year 5, you gotta do more than you did on year 4, and it's a big year.
Would you ever consider expanding to do something more than one day, or you say that one day is enough?
For me, one day is enough. Because it's a lot. It's a lot of work. And I know my patience, I think patience is a disability for me. I don't have much patience. So to do back-to-back events for more than one day, I don't know that I would do that. I don't know if I would do that. Now, if somebody wanted to partner and hold something the next day, and we just do minimal work during that partnership, maybe I will be open to that. But me actually producing another show on either Friday or Sunday, people ask me about after parties too, and I'm like, y'all just come to the show and enjoy the show, and y'all have all this energy to party after. Not me.
Yeah, because the show is going to end fairly early because we start a little early, right?
Yeah, and then we go into BBQs, which is a block away.
Okay. And everybody goes in their formal wear or change clothes?
Oh, everybody. Since it's a block away, everybody just, comes in their formal wear. And we just pile up in there.
So that's the after party right there.
That's the after party right there.
Got it. So who are you looking to connect with and collaborate in the future, especially for next year, for 5 years? Who would you want to collaborate with?
Collaborate with in terms of working with or honoring?
Either one.
So let's see. The person that I do want to honor the most, let me tell you, it's actually 2 people that are on my list to honor. And one day it is going to happen. The first person is Queen Latifah.
Oh, yes, of course.
And the second person is Christian Soriano.
Oh, I think both of those are obtainable.
Yeah, they are both on my list, and one day it is going to happen. Now, in terms of who I would like to collaborate with, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I think it would be Rihanna.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I think it would be. Rihanna is a great businesswoman, and I love how she does her fashion shows. I would absolutely and positively love to partner with her.
Well, maybe Fenty Beauty could be a sponsor because I think their head makeup artist is plus size.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, Fenty and Savage.
Yes, so I think all of that is really obtainable. So do you have anything else happening that we can be on the lookout for? I know the magazine is coming and the awards is coming, but you have other projects and things going on too.
I have way too many things happening in my life. I also make soap. So I'm actually creating a collection of soaps. Now my website already released, so I've already been selling soaps, but I'm working on creating specific lines for my soaps. So people who come to the Full Fig Industry Awards this year, let me just say the first 100 people, because we're giving out 100 gift bags this year. Each of them will get a soap in their bag. I gave out soaps last year, which was a huge hit. I got so many orders from that. So hopefully it'll happen again this year.
Oh, but that's something good you just said. You put something in the gift bag and you got sales from it. So
yes.
People that are trying to promote their products need to put it in some gift bags, give out some free samples.
So there are a lot of people who reached out to me who wanted to put their stuff in gift bags. And they came on as product sponsors because I understand the value of placing your products. A lot of people charge for it, but I understand the value of that, how much money you have to spend for these products and the packaging and all that good stuff. So,
right.
I gladly accept the product sponsorships, and hopefully that they all do get some sales from it, because I know I did.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So this is a super random question, but what is the weather there? Because I'm down south, but it's cooled down today dramatically, and like in the morning down here it's going to be in the 30s. So what is the weather there?
So the weather on Saturday specifically is going to be in the 60s. So it's going to be a beautiful day.
Okay, so I don't need to pack a fur coat or anything.
No. You are. It's so funny. We just talked about that yesterday. I was talking to Phil yesterday, and we were eyeing the weather because it has rained. This last Saturday was the first Saturday it did not rain in 7 weeks, right?
What?
So we were talking about the weather, and he was like, good, so people don't have to wear their fur coats.
Because I was about to bring it.
No, it's not going to be that cold. I don't know the evening, what the evening is going to look like, to be honest with you. I haven't even checked the evening. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to rain during my day. Right,
that's the important part.
Right.
So I know you have a lot of things scheduled this week. You want to tell us about some? I saw you had a virtual media day.
Yes. So, first on Wednesday, Tajay Richardson is doing she has this talk with Tajay live that she does every Tuesday, and she reached out to me and she wanted to know if it was okay for her to do a FFIAs specific one. So she has some of the nominees that are going to be on her show on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we are having a virtual media day. And that's going to be really, it's a live, but it's specific for the media. Everybody else can join as well. I have about, I think, 6 of our sponsored media for the show that's going to be on with me. And then all the other media submitted questions that I have to answer. So it's going to be like a kind of like a press conference, so to speak, but it's taking place on Facebook. It's airing on Facebook and on YouTube on the Full Figure Industry Awards pages. So I'm excited about that.
And that's something new. You've never done that before, have you?
No, I've never done it before. So, I have to give props to Philip Drew, who came up with the idea. He said to me one day, he was like, a matter of fact, I think we had this conversation maybe a week and a half ago. He was like, what would be really cool if we did a virtual media day? And I was like, I love it. So he and Gabby worked on, scheduling it and reaching out to the media to get them involved on it. So I'm excited about that. First time, and I think he said we'll do this annually before the event. So it'll get people, it gives people an opportunity to ask questions.
Right.
Ask those burning questions that you want to ask or that your followers want to know. I'm going to get people excited about the event, hopefully the next year who haven't come yet.
Yes, so I'm excited. This is going to be my first year in person. And
yes. Congratulations. Well-deserved.
Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to it. I have to write a speech. I haven't even started writing a speech yet.
Girl, speak from the heart.
Do people go up with papers or they just talk out of their head?
Some people go up with papers and some people don't. Some people, like the honorees, are usually prepared because they know they're going to win.
Right.
They know that they're getting awards. The nominees, not so much because they're surprised. They don't know that they're actually winning in their category. But for the most part, the honorees are pretty prepared. They either speak from their heart or they speak off paper.
Okay, well, I'm going to be prepared.
Just go up there and wing it, girl. You're a great speaker anyway.
Thank you. So I'm excited. And I don't think I've been to New York since before the pandemic. So I hadn't been traveling. The COVID had put a stop to everything, and some people got back, but some didn't. So I hadn't been back. So I'm looking forward to just seeing people that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yes, it is going to be good. You're going to enjoy yourself. And I look forward to seeing you. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah, I want to say maybe 2019 or before.
Yeah, that's too long. That is way too long. I feel like when I come on your show, because your show is like one of my favorites, I feel like I always have to give this exclusive.
We got it exclusive?
Yeah, I'm going to give you. We have not announced this yet.
Wait, let me give you a drum roll. All right, this is exclusive on the Shanice Lewis Show.
So, typically in previous years, our nomination process has been where people go online and they nominate people who they feel are deserving for these categories. We are changing that next year. We are. We are going to allow people to nominate themselves.
Oh.
Yes. And the reason why we are doing that really because what we have found in the past is a lot of people are nominating people who don't belong in certain categories.
Just their friend.
Exactly. Just because you're my homegirl or my homeboy, I'm just going to go ahead and nominate you for Plus Model of the Year. And typically, you don't really model. You just take pictures.
Haven't done anything.
Right. And so doing this process for us, we are going to, now I'm going to talk more about this after the award show is over because I really have to drive this home for people. So we're going to give you a criteria. You are going to have to submit yourself for a particular category. Yes, you can submit yourself in more than one category if you belong in those categories. But you have to, we're going to give you a list of things that you have to send us for consideration.
Okay, so like a proposal almost.
Pretty much. So if you are submitting to be, let's just say, a designer, we may ask you for 10 images of some of your pieces that you made. And this is what we're going to judge you on, not what we see on social media, not what you've done within the last 20 years. It really just takes a lot of work off our plate, having to really go online and vet people. Right. So we're going to be judging based on what you submit to us.
Well, that makes sense, because I think, like, for mainstream, PR people usually submit their press kits or something like that.
So if you are a model, we may ask you, send us your resume of the last 5 companies that you work for, something like that. It's not it per se, but I'm just throwing out examples. But there'll be a list of things that we're going to ask you to send us for consideration.
Right, and if they're really serious about it, that shouldn't be a problem.
That's right. And then you cannot cry about nobody nominated you for an award.
Right.
Yeah. So when people nominate other people, let's just say I nominate you for, let's just say a makeup artist, right? And you've done a lot of work off of social media. Some of your work is not on your website.
Right.
But you have done it. The only thing that we have to go by is what we see on social media, what you present to us on your website. But if you have all that stuff, you've done all this stuff, and you have evidence that you've done this stuff, you can send it over to us. Because we found that people were like, I participated in this campaign or that campaign, and we don't see it.
Everybody is not into Instagram. Like, some people live for it, but it's not everybody's favorite.
Right. So we didn't think that it was fair to really just judge people based on, the websites that they don't update, or, the social media that they don't put everything on. So if you've done it, you submit it to us.
Well, I love it. I'm always for anything that weed out the bootlegs.
We
want
the bootleg.
Yes, you want the cream of the crop.
Right.
Well, I'm excited for you, and I support everything that you do, and I am looking forward to Saturday. I know we're going to get a picture together.
Yes.
And I'm just thank you again for honoring me with the Icon Award, and it's just going to be fabulous this weekend. So if you're listening and you're not coming this weekend, make sure you make plans for November 2024.
Yes, November 2nd is the date. November 2nd,
you already got the date.
It is always the first Saturday in November.
Got it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I know this is going to be a busy week for you, so thank you. And again, I'll see you this weekend.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Thank you for having me on.
All right. See you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you to my guest this evening for being on the show. Make sure you support the Full Figure Industry Awards. If you can't be there this weekend, follow all of the excitement on social media, the website. Oh, Tawana, you still there? I didn't ask you what the website was.
I'm still here. Am I muted?
No, go ahead. What's the website before we go?
So the website for the Full Figure Industry Awards is theffias.com, THEFFIAS.com, and Queen Size Magazine is queensizemagazine.com.
And what is the official hashtag that we should be using this weekend and everybody should be following?
Hashtag TheFias, THEFFIAS. Or you can use the Full Figure Industry Awards, all spelled out.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I've been your host this evening, Shanice Lewis. Thank you for supporting. Until next time, keep thriving in your curves and be blessed.
You've been listening to The Shanice Lewis Show. For more info about the show, visit ShaniceLewisShow.com.